Efes or Fenerbahce in Turkey, or Damaris is watching today and his teams in Greece like Olympiacos and Panathinaikos when it comes to teams outside the NBA, and they've got the resume to prove it.
The game is probably a lot bigger for them than it would be for the Mavericks, if you would, playing for a little bit more. Very proud European team. All of those guys over there very proud.
As a matter of fact,
we saw this summer, right?
Yes, absolutely. No question about that. And that's quite a moment for Luka.
Also knocking down a three, which he can do, as we've experienced.
Here is Derek Lively finishing on the lob from Luka. There's Tavares, 7-3 from Cape Verde. Oh, here we go. From long range, Luka. 3 minutes gone by in this game. Real Madrid's going to get right back into competitive action coming up on Thursday. They've got a EuroLeague game. I believe we've seen, 6 made threes already in the game. Yeah, 6 made threes. 6 of 6, as a matter of fact, on threes for Real Madrid.
That doesn't look super comfortable at the moment for him, and he would hate to not be able to play a little bit in this game at least. He loves that place. He's used to playing there and shooting there.
The big thing to me is that he played well. Yeah. While he's out there, you always wonder.
I started coming right out of the gate too, and there's no better way to pick up that experience as far as on court.
Well, when you talk bigs, you always concern yourself with the footwork of a big guy. Some of the veteran guys that have been around, what they're going to provide as players on this Maverick roster.
There was an attempted tip-out rebound by Josh Green, and Hazonia running the floor. The corner over by Kleba is just 19 years old. Already played in the semifinals and the finals a few minutes in the EuroLeague last year as Powell scores inside. Suffered by Luka in practice yesterday.
Yeah, so yesterday, the first substantive practice that the Mavericks
made in clutch situations. I remember Portland vividly in that corner.
Yes, sir.
When you went crazy.
Because of the fact that for various reasons, illness for Curry and a little bit of an injury, I believe, for Hardaway earlier in the trip, missed one of these preseason games.
2 previous stints with Dallas, both of them have gone very well, as Lively dunks it home with the foul off the assist from Dante Exum. Yabusele was suspended for 5 games for that, by the way, so this is the first time that those 2 players had been back out on the floor. They're right there. 0 for Dallas, just got the inbounds pass.
Clearly a big part of sports. It's best to move on.
Well, and Dante, returning to the NBA game, talked about the fact that it is so much more physical
on this trip, because when they were in Abu Dhabi, they had the 2 games and lots of NBA obligations as well. The 16th, and it's not just Luka. They have to assess Kyrie Irving as well. Kyrie's in street clothes on the benches, but Abu Dhabi was the league's priority. The Mavs were one of the 2 teams there, and it made this.
Steiny, I think, too, you're leading to it, and you're telling us about, just how beloved he is there. Seeing it in person, though.
Anytime he's been in public is just absolute glee, even in spite of this cap strain that's limited his participation tonight.
Whenever those individuals get into the game a little bit later on. We haven't seen Olivier Maxence Prosper yet. I would assume we'll see him here later on in the second half as Seth Curry connects on a 3. Sergio Ewell hit 3 straight threes to open the game.
Continues to knock down threes, but for a shooter that's 40% throughout his career.
For a rebound, his name hasn't come up in our conversation today. And as he just takes it to the basket on cue, slices through the defense and draws the and one as well.
Thank you.
Talking about
BJJ. I'd like a little more of that, please.
There is Lively with the strip of Hazonia. There you go. Now you got it.
Dunk. We know he can dunk.
He did win the dunk contest one year during All-Star Weekend.
I think this team will be able to be a little bit better as far as pace is concerned.
Grant Williams just missed a 3. Sergio Ewell hits again.
People will tell you Real Madrid is not the minor leagues. As you said earlier on, Mark, this is...
Without hesitation. Oh, wow. Speaking of, you were talking earlier about Jones and his rebounding ability. Jones got a rebound after Hardaway missed a 3, but then Powell trying to go back up has it blocked. Closing in on the midpoint of the 3rd quarter with Dallas in front by 6 now after the lob passes.
And the bottom line, look, is you have to be on your game. At the start of the season, in a tournament, an in-season tournament, you got to be playing your best basketball in order to be successful in a tournament of such.
You know, Dana, I think to Devin's point, I think when you look at if you looked at the Mavs schedule and you counted which games alley-oop, Exum to Powell, and you counted which games are tournament games, I think it's the 5th. And regular season play will be the home opener on Friday night, October 27th against the Brooklyn Nets, as nobody puts a body on Josh Green, and he comes soaring in for the putback. Here he is trying to lob it to Powell, but the play's broken up. Yabusele tipped it away. We're in the last minute of the third quarter. Real Madrid all-time is 2-6 against NBA opponents.
And Seth Curry, really has had a lot to say about it. He's on his 8th team in 9 seasons now. But he's made a point at each stop. He wants to prove how valuable he is and leave a mark there. When you come back, it is with open arms. You have to handle your business in the right way.
No free throws for Vincent Poirier after the foul by Dexter Dennis, and they find Poirier on the alley-oop.
Great catch.
So far this year, he's averaging 11 points and 6 rebounds a game. Poirier is the leader in minutes played in the games that...
Laughing at Rudy launching on the blindfold line.
That's excellent. Yeah, that is a nice finish. He had some very, very good defensive numbers last year. I believe that when opponents took a jump shot against Omax, it was something like 26%.
Character guys, too.
Yeah, he is a culture, character, chemistry piece.
No
for sure.
question about it, and you talked about Derek Lively.
Yeah, Devin and I talked before we came on the air about Lively as a starter. One thing I know for sure.
Well, this is a 5-point game and a stop for Real Madrid, and running the floor, and Gershon Yabusele slams it home. This is bottom of the circle.
It's effective.
Yeah.
He's been very effective with that offensive maneuver.
That is Yabusele with the 3. This game is tied. And the individuals who are on the floor to close out the game is also very indicative of that as well, as Olivier Maxence in his time in the game. 5 points off the bench for Omax. All here in the fourth quarter. Here's another drive by Campasso again.
Experience.
Ball up the floor, and Campasso and Real Madrid have a chance to go in front.
Keep in mind, we talked as
there it is.
Campasso with the left hand. We talked about
their 3rd ever win in a game against an NBA team. Now Campasso for 3.
Oh, my goodness.
Walker knocks down a 3-pointer. But Real Madrid will dribble out the